Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely Monday today. I hope everyone had a good weekend. I hope the first day back at work, if you're on that Monday to Friday 9 to 5, was good to you at very least. I had a very enjoyable day because I had the day off to chill at home and prep all of the D&D shit for today. It's the one day I get off guaranteed per week. You suck on my ass.
I'll come do it.
No, you won't. We have a very exciting announcement. You exclamation point D100, please, Pelicanon, for that Uncle East fan roll, and we'll see what happens. So, next week we will be taking a little time away from our D&D campaign to revisit our old one. We will be running a very special D&D one-shot called Saving Stanislav, where our old D&D party will be regrouping once more for a very special occasion as they attempt to make their way to the bottom of the Bay of Sorrows and rescue their long-lost companion, or at very least recover the body and give him a proper burial. We will see what the dice have in store for our friends next week, but do not miss it. We will be here same time. Okay, so 24, no Uncle East fan this week, but that's okay. We refund all those points at the end of the session anyway. It really doesn't matter that much.
No, I'm taking them this time.
No, you only don't get those are my points. Those are my points. You get your own points. You get your own points. We will refund them. The only reason we'll keep them is if he does in fact show up, but maybe next week we shall see. But yeah, be there, or I guess be sad that you missed it, because it's sure to be a very exciting time. We will of course be joined by our usual crew beneath me here, as well as our good friends Kieran Chicato and Hell's Corp, who will be reprising their roles and previous characters next week. So keep an eye out for that. I'm still working on all the art and shit. It's very, very busy time over here at the Apothecary, but we're working hard, and soon, maybe, just maybe, we will have that all finished, so I can stop worrying about it and focus on prepping the stream itself, because I still have no idea what we're gonna do. But in the worst case, I'll just chuck some big titty mermaids at you, and that'll be the end of it. Game over. Everyone loses. Other than that, it's business as usual. I am planning some evil one-shots, or I guess evil one-shots. This whole campaign is morally gray at best, so we will see what kind of one-shots those end up being. But they should be pretty fun, and I will be inviting some very special guests along. I've been putting those off for a while, and I'd really like to get around to them. That being said, it is now time for me to open the floor to my lovely friends below here. Starting with Ryan. What do you got going on, buddy? How are things? I like the shirt. The collar with no sleeves. White trash classy, baby. I love it.
Oh, you know, it's one of those ones that have the tails on it so that you can do this.
Tie it up, yeah. Show some belly button. Love it. Oh, look at you. Right. Aren't you a sweet thing?
Oh, baby. I'm just a sweet old thing. Who's your mother? Who's your father? Babies, it's gonna be craziness over at the Purple House here coming soon. This Thursday coming up, we're going to watch Rocky Horror Picture Show and Lisa Frankenstein in the stream. Gonna do jack-o'-lanterns on stream. It's gonna be so fun. And then starting after that Friday, every single day I'm doing costumes. We're gonna do spooky games all the way up into Halloween. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I'm gonna probably wrangle these three beautiful boys at some point too. So, you know, expect
hopefully.
all of us.
I am working Halloween night. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna get to spend some time with the kids and take them trick or treating. I should be home around midnight, and I'm off the next day. So I'm gonna probably do like a late night spoopy stream after I get home. So if you're still going or doing anything Halloween night, I will be sure to pop in and say hello. Maybe we should get some homie forewarned in at some point. That could be fun.
There's also that dinosaur game.
That could be fun too. Shout out being a dinosaur. Sounds kind of fun. Collar but no sleeves. Almost maybe spilled my drink. It's a vibe. It's white trash classy. White trash classy.
I'm going out on the boat.
I said he got a, or Pelican got a fucking, was it like a 24? 24, yeah. Not even close. Not even close. Next up, JTB. What do you got going on, buddy? What do you have to say to the people? Say hello. Introduce yourself.
Hello. on JTB. So exciting news.
Oh.
Potential new internet end of November.
Oh.
Potential. So they put new lines in. I finally found out the company name. Looked into it. They said it should be ready around end of November in my area. It should be full fiber. So 2 gig plus. Which
is going to have some download speeds. Let's
15
go.
15 megabytes.
Damn.
You're going to be able
pretty
to
big
download so
change.
much porn.
So much
True.
more porn. You're going to have all the porn.
True and based.
It's going to be great. I'm so
I'll
happy.
come back like Quagmire. One of my arms is going to be just way larger than the other.
Just checking out some of that internet porn.
Just some of that internet porn. And finally, we're very excited about the internet. Chris, what do you got going on? Say hello to the good people.
Buttery pierogies is what I got going on.
The autofocus is
Observe.
locked in on that pierogi so hard. That looked good.
That's
That looked good.
amazing.
That's a good looking pierogi.
Oh.
And stream again too. That's true.
The
We can have
fucking angle
JT.
change.
We can have JTB streams, dude. You're excited
my
for that
God.
shit? I am. Fuck yeah. Okay, so you got pierogies. You got good internet. Ryan's got a slutty shirt on. I think we're ready to go. Boys. So, last we left off 2 weeks ago, because we were off last week for Canadian Thanksgiving. Speaking of which, happy Canadian Thanksgiving to any Canadians in chat we didn't see during the week. I hope you guys had a good one, and thank you all for joining us today. But, getting back to it. Last we left off, the party, having spent a week of downtime focusing on some of their own activities, plans for a time, found their events kind of culminating in the final empowering of the ancient crystal that had lain dormant for so long through some creative engineering by way of Xechas and the arcane generator in your basement. A little bit of jerry-rigging and no small amount of luck, you managed to restore power to this once thought dormant artifact. Realizing that it could in fact contain at least the essence and body of one of the dragonkin, and potentially one other person with a little bit of difficulty, the party decided it was safest to just try it on Violet, and found, after a little bit of effort and perseverance from Dusty, with no small amount of psychic damage being done to him in the process, Violet was able to make her way inside this small gem. At which point, when she next came out, her eyes wide as if she had been almost ingesting too much information and too much of just the universe as a whole, remembering that this was an artifact meant to house the soul of Theron Ethel, the Lord of Thundering Skies, the literal god dragon of an entire civilization. So whatever may remain within this gem, perhaps rubbing off on Violet a little bit, and Dusty perhaps getting caught up in other activities, maybe not being as vigilant as he should have been at letting her out more often, remembered after his time and found Violet to be healthy and well, but definitely in quite the state of unrest and agitation. However,
And PTSD.
the party got to spend some time finishing their activities, and after the gem seemed to be working, you guys set your sights on what events may next come for the party. I believe we spent some time interrogating, shall we say, the unwilling guest in your new home, the former innkeeper of Fort Mistmere, who was interrogated by none other than Xechas, however, did not reveal a whole lot of information beyond the fact that there may be more to him than perhaps you had initially thought, showing an abnormal level of dexterity just while he spends his time down in the basement below. Xechas, of course, coming upstairs and informing the group of all the information he had, I guess, not managed to gather. The party realized that they may have a very dangerous person next to a very, very dangerous object. I believe that is where we left off last session. If I missed anything, do remind me. I believe that is where we will pick up this evening. What is the party doing?
All right. Shit. Well, given my current reservations about, potential bone shivs and whatnot that could be made with rocks,
Not the bone shifts.
if possible, there's potential ways I can get in there while he's sleeping and completely remove the shit, but someone would have to watch it just in case. Just in case, maybe he's faking being asleep or some shit. I just want someone else there. That or we have
Well,
watches.
It's not about, yes, I had that as well. Should have taken that blasted corpse out.
Watches would probably be the good way to go.
I mean, I could also have Smith constantly watching him.
Oh!
Smith just pops his head out of your little lapel pocket. You guys see
Well, that's an
he wouldn't-
interesting idea.
familiar little
No, he
automaton.
wouldn't really be able to do much if he did, break up.
I have a decent way, I'd say, to ensure he doesn't wake up if he's actually asleep.
Does
Another.
involve
Go ahead.
Does involve the Father Gustav method?
No. More draconic words have come to me, and I feel like they have meaning. So I'm pretty sure I can just dampen the sound in an area
Oh,
to some
well, that
degree.
makes sense, seeing as you've attuned to that interesting artifact. Any more nosebleeds?
Kinda every time I
A little bit.
use it, I get a slight trickle, but
Oh, good.
Dear
I'm sure
God.
that'll stop.
Okay.
I think Saul would
Trust
say that
you.
builds character.
I don't know if the brain needs to build character like that.
I think it loses character when that happens, yes.
Builds
Right,
character,
yeah.
loses cells.
Oh dear. Okay.
You gotta
well,
drop the cells to make room for the character.
Sure, yes.
There's only so much room up there. That worries me. It truly does. But I trust you, and I'm gonna be real. We need all the cards we can get right now. So, I'll just keep an eye on it, and I'll see how good I get at healing brain injuries. Ha ha! God.
I'm sure you'll handle it just fine.
I like when people believe in me. It feels good. I wish it wasn't about this, but okay.
Well, either way, we need to deal with the problem at hand, which is getting that skeleton out.
Oh my.
I also think we
Brings
should
me
have him
back to
change
the old
clothes.
shower lurk days.
The old shower lurk days. Those are good ones. Thanks, babe. Appreciate you.
sure.
Glad you're home safe.
We should make him change clothes as well.
Probably. You'd think for all the trouble she went through to get him down there, she could have at least done some of the work.
I think that she did enough getting him there in the first place. Considering what we might know about him now.
That's true.
Well, that's fair. I can stay up for a few hours. Kind of chill down there.
I mean, or we could go all together and just deal with it right away. I'll grab just a spare set of plain clothes from Saul's room, make him strip down naked, and put those on. That way we can ensure that he, short of,
Stripping people naked.
hiding anything there, he won't have anything on him.
Old prison pocket.
I suppose. Might as well.
Yeah, what was that weather
As long as
check?
all three of us are there. I think that perhaps we bring Olga as well. She's rather intimidating, isn't she?
At the very least, she could probably grab him if he tries to slip around.
Yes.
Big
All right,
lady.
well,
So as you guys are
Let's do it
having
then.
this conversation, you hear the storm outside increase to such a volume that you would begin to question whether or not an entire hurricane, or for like a hurricane, had more or less blown in off of Rook's Bay. The wood panels on the house are kind of clacking together. You hear creaking as the winds pick up. You hear whistling through the small gaps in between the windows of your home. And as you look outside, a entire blizzard is just raging around you. The snow is blowing hard across your vision, kind of coating the entire countryside before you. And it would appear that you are once again in the middle of a blizzard. You do know this is kind of the middle of Wyntros, the month of Wyntros. It is definitely at its very worst right now. It has been days upon days of storms back to back at this point, offering small periods of respite in between, but you are once again caught in the midst of a blizzard.
I'm really starting to wonder if we're ever gonna accomplish much.
We might have to wait till summer. Honestly.
Business is closed. We need to get one of those flipping signs that we can flip.
We'll be seasonal workers. That'll be great. I think we could move to somewhere, an island somewhere. Oh, and there's volcanoes.
I'm sure if we lived in the volcano, there would probably be significantly less snow.
and significantly more dangerous company men
Oh
trying to
yeah.
kill us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You
Could
have a
be
lot
fun,
to
though.
deal with.
All right, let's go make a
Hmm.
dude change real quick.
I'm gonna go into Saul's room. I'm gonna
Mhm.
knock because who's in? Ashlyn is in there. I'm gonna knock.
What time of day is it? It's like the evening by now, right? I
Mhm.
believe.
I don't think
Uh,
super late.
Yeah, she would probably be still awake at this point, so you knock, you just hear, "Come in." And you open the door, and she's
Okay,
just sitting
thank you.
at a desk. Looks like she's writing a letter or something to somebody.
I just I need one of Saul's garments. We have a friend, a guest, so to speak, downstairs that needs to put them on.
A guest in the... I'm not going to ask any...
prisoner.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to ask any questions.
okay.
Plausible deniability. She kind of like reaches under the bed slowly with one hand, kind of leaning awkwardly as she does, and just slides out what looks like just like a trunk, like a traveling trunk.
Perfect.
I put the rest of the clothes that I could find of his in here before we moved in, so you can just, take that and clear up some storage if you want.
Oh, sure. Yes, that'll be good to get it out of your way.
Yeah, it's all yours.
Great. And I'll take it and drag it into just the main area.
Before you go, I'm just putting in an
Yes.
order. Is there anything you need for the house? We're just restocking supplies.
I could use some more general smithing supplies, some iron ingots, coal,
Okay.
things like that.
Sure. Yeah. She begins just kind of writing. How many would you say?
Probably 6 iron ingots would do, and
Sure.
just
She sits
a
there
bag
penning,
of coal.
penning out the rest of the letter.
2 bags. Let's do
Uh,
2 bags of coal.
Folds it up, puts it into doesn't have an envelope, just folds it up and goes over to the table where she has a small wax sealing kit, and she puts a little bit of wax on it and presses the sigil of Saul's United Cogs and Claws, of course, that you had made, depicting your small logo on the wax seal that you guys have created for yourself, and just kind of, I'll have that sent off in the morning. The post should be coming down the road at some point. Anything else?
Oh, great. Not with that. I just wanted to say you've been just rather fantastic with dealing with all the administration of our business and our home. I really appreciate it. And he's going to reach into his bag of holding and pull out 10 gold.
Oh, you don't...
Little bonus for yourself.
I'm
Please,
not going to say no. I got a baby on the way. She grabs it,
Yes, I know you
takes it, and just puts it and kind of tucks it into her belt. I'll have that sent out in the morning. Should be here in the next day or so. Doesn't take long to get down to the fort, so provided no further incidents on the road, should be here
Yes.
next couple of days.
Do you mind if I ask a somewhat personal question? Nothing too crazy.
It depends. Sure, maybe. Yeah.
I was just curious around when you were expecting, your baby to be born, just so that we can, get a midwife and everything in here and make sure everything goes smoothly.
She kind of sits back and does some mental math as I go over to the calendar that I've just written for this entire campaign. 1 second, please. Did I write that down? I know I put when she was expecting somewhere in the campaign. I'll have to get back to you on that. But it would be sometime in the middle. By her recollection, it would be sometime in the middle of New Grown. So the month of spring. Somewhere near the middle of that.
Alright, so a little bit of time left, but yes. We will make sure that you're as comfortable as you can be when the time comes.
Yeah, it's like 80 days-ish, 70 days or so, I think.
Seems far, but I'm sure it'll be here in the blink of an eye.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully. It's not getting any easier, I'll tell you that much. But Olga's been great.
I can only imagine.
And mostly I just do the cooking these days, and she's handling most of the heavy lifting. Well, you guys are off making money for the house, so... speaking of which, it's my understanding there's quite a few people in the village who are looking for some help of some kind. We've had a number of people come up from town while you guys were away asking if your services would be available. And they said they'd be doing up postings or swinging by sometime during the week, but maybe worth it to head down to town sometime and see what work you can drum up.
Oh, great. Anything in particular that stood out to you?
This couple kids seem to have gone missing over the past little bit. My understanding is it's all within the last couple weeks. There are some kids who play together out in the forest, and well, a few just haven't quite come back yet, I guess you could say. And
That's not good. Yes, I would
no,
might look into that.
Yeah, the general thinking is it hasn't ended well. You know how things go in the woods around here.
Yes, very much so.
There's a few people who have been asking about. Head on down to town. They might be able to tell you more. 1 second. She kind of goes over, opens up the desk, which is like kind of like a school folding desk that opens on a hinge, but it's quite angled. And where is my notes here? I have 60 million Google pages open. So she's kind of like scrolling through a little ledger she's been keeping. The Fulson family, the Grechen family, and the Bradley family have all reported one of their children has been missing.
Xechas takes the tube to the whisper jar. Folsom, Grechen, and what was the last one?
It was Bradley, Fulson, and Grechen. Grechen. What's up, Kaylee? And Swamp, how you doing? Roll for peen. You have a 14 peen. That's impressive.
I'll be sure to go speak with them. It's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad, but that's why we tell people not to venture into the woods. Guess kids will be kids.
Sort of stuff to us.
But yeah, that's just part of it. There's a lot. Someone was killed a couple weeks ago, just found in the street, but again, kind of part and parcel for Fort Mistmere. Nothing new.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take this now and go deal with our guest. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just continue not going down there and pretending that that whole part of the house doesn't exist at all. How about that? Cool.
Well, to be fair, you wouldn't be able to get in there anyways.
Exactly. I'm gonna go work on some stew. Olga's gonna be hungry. She's out gathering firewood.
Nice.
I think that's... I'm gonna be honest, I think that's just what she does when she's bored. I don't think
Not a
she
bad activity,
knows
to be
how
fair.
else to entertain herself. But yeah. Speaking of which, if you could organize that meeting with Mason and Masons, that would be
Yes,
kind of nice. We have a little bit of extra money that's been coming in, and with your new investor, we can probably zhuzh the place up a little bit.
Yes, I believe we're going to get a fireplace installed, or perhaps a couple of fireplaces installed.
That would be lovely. It's cold.
Yes. It is
Very
It's
cold.
very cold. But yes, we want to get them out as soon as we can.
Luckily, I have a large lumber woman to keep me company, but not all of us are so lucky. All right. I'll see
Yes.
to it all of that is handled. And if I overheard your... Did she say she was living in our attic? Our new attic friend?
Oh yes, that's Saul's daughter, actually.
Oh. Saul was the person who owned this house before you, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and ultimately the reason why all of us are here.
Oh, then he's the reason I'm getting paid on a weekly basis too, so thank you to him. Either way, she did mention hiring someone to work the books. I will personally reach out and try to find a few people who might be capable of that, but if you have anyone in mind, let me know, and I will see to it that we can contact them as well.
I don't know her name, but there was the old lady who I helped board her house up before the storm. She's a widow, and I don't know if she has really anything to do or what her background is. Perhaps that would be something that she'd be interested
I mean, maybe if she went to school, I think someone with like an education
truly don't know.
might be worth checking. But if you
That would be
happen to meander past her place, you could ask her. Do you know what her
That's a good
name
idea, I'll do
was,
that.
or where she lived?
DM, do I remember? I don't know if I asked
You
her
never
name.
introduced her
I don't
name
think I did.
at all. No, you just
No.
helped this old lady fix her fucking siding in the middle of a hurricane.
No, I didn't get
Right.
her name. She was eager to get inside.
Yeah, understandable.
But she lived in the old house kind of in the middle of town.
Old widow. I think I have an idea who you might be talking about. If you want, I could maybe reach out, but I was thinking I would have a cousin over in Fort Mistmere. Maybe I could reach
Oh.
out to them and see if they know anyone who was like, I don't know, taught up at one of those fancy schools or something. If they're going to be dealing with our money, and there's going to be a lot of money coming in, it might be smart to have someone with a bit more of a educated background.
Yes, I think I like that plan a little bit more.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's nice to you for thinking of the old lady and everything. I'm sure she's very lonely and could use something to pass her time. We could use someone to tidy up around here, because I'm not going to... She kind of puts her hand on her tummy. She's like, I'm not going to be able to do it forever.
I don't know if she'd be able to do that for very long either, though, to be fair.
That's a good point. Okay, well, maybe the old lady's just out of the equation altogether. Hope she's doing good. I'm going to finish up with this and go work on that stew. You guys have fun in that place that doesn't exist in our basement. Have a good day.
One place, exactly.
Exactly.
See you later.
And she makes her way out and just heads over to the kitchen. You can you hear her kind of start up a fire, just like the sound of flint and steel quickly smacking together. She gets a small fire going. You smell burning wood. And you, of course, have to make your way past her in the kitchen to go to the basement anyway. So as you make your way past, you see her beginning to heat up the stove and oven.
Before we go downstairs, I'm gonna drag that the wardrobe out just up into the main area. And I'm gonna just find like a plain pair of like pajamas with no pockets.
Roll me an investigation check for pajamas. Roll me a pajama check. Well, this is just to determine what... Okay. You find like a Scrooge-style nightgown with matching hat with a little bubble at the end. It's just
I
white.
don't take the hat.
It's white with vertical blue stripes, and that's it. But it looks very much. It's like Ryan's shirt, but a nightgown.
Does it have pockets?
Yes, just one single breast pocket. Just one single one right there, and it is empty.
Okay, I'm gonna rip that off.
Okay, you just rip the pocket.
I'm gonna take my little knife out and cut it off.
Okay,
but
yeah, no, there's
yes,
just
no pockets.
no pockets for him. Okay, yeah, easily done. You now have a pocketless nightgown for what
Prisoner
would most
outfit.
likely be an old man in his late 70s who really hates Christmas. That's kind of the vibe.
I'll
you
hold it up to Dusty and Bite Carl. I think this will do quite well.
Yeah.
They're playing Mr. Dress
seem
Up
good.
with their prisoner. No big deal.
All
I
prisoners do
figured
that.
Saul would be all about like the finer things, but he was a bit of a simple man, wasn't he? He didn't strike me as the bah humbug type, but you know, everybody has their thing.
I feel like he was a bit more into, the wondrous than the luxury.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
let's go get that man naked.
Oh, Olga's not here, but I think we'll be all right.
Oh, for
Yeah. I think so. As Dusty takes his
Just pulls
flintlock
his
out and puts
pistol
a
out.
fucking blue rod bullet down the chamber. He's like, I think so.
Pistol or
I think,
musket?
Pistol.
Okay. So you load your pistol with one of your infected plague shots and make your way downstairs holding these pajamas for your new prisoner to give him a change of clothes. He has been down there for at least a day at this point, so a change of clothes probably wouldn't hurt. You make your way down through, of course, using your hand to open the door. At which point, as you make your way further down, oh my god, I have so many fucking windows open. It's insane. Beginning to those. I don't need Captain Orvan open anymore. That's not important. It's not important. Okay.
No,
Are you guys
did.
sneaking or anything, or just walking right up to the cell door?
We ain't got no reason to be sneaking around here. This is our home. Yes, right.
Okay.
Right.
You guys just walk right
Yeah.
up to the door, and you find Erson Corliv, the half-elf owner of the Rotten Timber Tavern, or the individual who took it over after Willow seemingly disappeared without a trace, and he is in the exact same spot as you left him, just leaned up against the wall, throwing a pebble against the wall, letting it bounce twice, catching it, and just repeating over and over and over again. Kind of like looks up to you, raises an eyebrow, throws the stone, catches it again without looking.
All right, I'm gonna need you to stand up and drop the rock.
He puts his hand up, drops the rock, and kind of clanks or just onto the ground. He makes his way up. What did I do? Not
Nothing.
hurting anybody. All right,
Brought your
well,
clothes.
I have clothes.
That's fine.
Brought your clothes we
Take
want
them.
you to wear.
He looks over through the bars, sees the pajamas you're holding. Stylish, breezy. I like it. Holds his hand out towards the bars.
Take all your clothes off first.
Oh, this is gonna get weird, isn't it?
Only if you make it.
Okay. He takes off his nice kind of dressing vest that he wears over his collared shirt. Takes that off. The shirt underneath he pulls off as well, revealing like a wiry but muscled body, like someone who is probably quite like not someone who's going to the gym lifting a ton of weights, but someone who's like dexterously maneuvering through the streets and otherwise just in very good shape. Someone who definitely appears to have taken very good care of their body, and like from the neck up looks definitely like older, but from the neck down the age does not seem to betray him as much, apart from the slight wrinkling and age to his skin. Wow, Dusty. He just eventually gets to the pants, looks up at you.
Him
turns,
expectantly.
points his ass towards you as he bends and pulls his pants down, and gives you just a full moon over the fucking Sahara, and just drops his pants to the ground and just stands there with his back to you. Hands
I'm
in the air.
mending his asshole shut. Just kidding.
Dusty, alright, before you start putting the others on and we give you them. Far wall.
This is uncomfortable.
I have an idea as well. And I'll pull a set of manacles out of my bag holding.
Even better.
Great.
Put your arms through the bars.
Puts his arms through.
Are they through different holes?
Nope, he puts them
In the
through the
bars?
middle. You get the sense he's done this before. He puts his hands through, like, just enough of a gap through both so you can manacle both his hands, but he'll still be able to move around.
Okay, yeah. Slap him on there.
Yeah.
Alright, now to the corner.
Moves to the corner. Definitely acts like someone who's been in jail before. Just stands there, hands manacled, kind of puts him up on the wall.
I'm gonna open it, go in, and drag the corpse out.
Oh, come on. Who am I going to talk to now? At least leave him outside the door.
You got your rocks. Maybe
I'll
we'll
miss you.
be
It's
nice
a
and
nice
draw a
time.
face on one for you.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Tell you what, and I'll pop the skull off of the skeleton
Mhm.
and put it at the far end of the hallway.
Okay. Us goodies there in spirit. I have to say, you
shut
lot
it
have
up.
been lovely hosts.
Thank you.
And we're just returning the favor.
I don't recall, stripping you naked and frisking you, when you came to my establishment, but I will remember for next time.
You know, I wonder
gonna
what
take
they're
his
doing
old
to
clothes out,
Willow
too.
right now.
Who's Willow?
Exactly. And I just storm out.
Your guys' passive insight is high enough to know that he's earnestly asking.
Well,
Alright,
Just standing
I
outside
think
the
that's
jailhouse door.
I think that'll do for now.
I do have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Something you might be able to answer. You see, we walked in there the other day when you were still on the job, and I was noticing, a lot of people were around there. A lot of company folk
Mm-hmm.
seemed pretty nonplussed that we showed up, but you seemed a little confused. Why would that be?
Well. He's still standing there, just buck-ass nude, with manacles on. Do you mind if I get dressed first? It's a little cold in here. I'll tell you everything you want to know at this point. I'm not going anywhere.
I mean, that was pretty assured. He grabs the clothes and starts handing them through if Zayas lets him.
Okay.
Before we go out, I'm gonna search the cell for any shit he may have tried to hide away.
Roll me an investigation check, please. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little better.
You kind of make your way around, and as you do so, you go over to, like, the small pile where he had been sleeping. Just kind of a pile of sticks and hay and a single burlap sheet to provide meager warmth for the night. And you do find a stick that, like, it's not thick enough to be a weapon. He couldn't have sharpened it into that, but you find It looks like the end of it has been jammed into something repeatedly. You see little bits of the bark that have been stripped off while other parts remain. It looks like it was probably, if you had to guess with an investigation check of 22, something that he'd been trying to jimmy the lock with.
Interesting. I'm going to take all of the sticks and all of the hay and shove it into my bag of holding. It's fine, just relax. I'm going to take out my bedroll and I'm going to replace it with my
that's
bedroll.
Nice.
We're not savages. We can't have
He
you doing that.
leans past you and looks to the skull from the body that had exsanguinated down here.
That was the previous owner.
I'm sure. So you all, after that, leave the cell. He puts his hands through for you to take the manacles off so he can actually put his clothes on that you've given him. Hard to do that with manacled hands.
Yeah, after we're out and the door is shut and locked, I give Smith the key for him to unlock them.
Oh, who are you? You're cute. Anyway, he throws the nightgown on. He kind of gives it a little shake. He's like, breezy. I like it. He kind of like goes and sits on his new bedroll. So you're asking why I wasn't surprised when you made your triumphant return. A simple answer to that is I am a man who likes to gather information, and last whispers I had heard, you had made your way deep, deep into the forest of Avenor with a certain captain that isn't particularly well liked by the rank and file. That captain has since not returned, and his boat has mysteriously left anchor and made its way into the open sea during the middle of the night. Don't suppose you had anything to do with that. But last I heard, you were making your way down south with them, so I was a little surprised when you walked in alive, given that my understanding was everyone else was dead.
Well, turns out that being a coward does something good for you.
You ran away.
When you... How else do you survive a horde of undead bigger than you're gonna take?
Well, that's good. You're smart, then. You're a couple clever folks. Not so clever, because you gone and went the one person in this place who could sell you information and unlocked him in a basement where none of his information could reach him. Not so smart after all. But
Well, we'll see about that one.
I am a businessman. You appear to be businessmen. Am I correct in my assumptions?
You, pissed the businessman off.
How so?
He's no longer here, is he?
I'm an inventor, a creator. I don't really do business.
So be it. Well, if there's no business to be had, I'm clearly not going anywhere other than, an early grave, which is unfortunate. But I don't think we have much left to talk about now, do we? I appreciate the breezy new garments and the nice place for me to lay me head. I think that's it for a conversation, then, if there's no business to be had here. He goes and just lays himself back on the bedroll, kind of puts his one foot under the other and just leans back comfortably.
He looks to Xechas and points at the stick. That's why I wanted the bones gone.
Exactly. We'll chat later. Say to the dude.
Unless you have some business for me, keep your words to yourself. I'd much rather be alone down here with me thoughts. If you're interested in making some money in exchange for information or vice versa, well, you know where to find me, don't you? Sweet dreams. And just closes his eyes and appears to lay down for sleep. After a second, he kind of pulls the burlap that was left there just around his waist to kind of cover the breezy parts of the nightgown. You guys leave?
Yeah, but before we do, I'm gonna cast alarm on the prison door.
Okay, easily
Yeah.
done. Very doable. You kind of like notice his head as you're casting it kind of turn. He just turns back and continues with what he's doing. Ooh, Nerdhala, that's mean.
Aha! Ha!
So mean.
Ah,
Yeah,
Hopefully it's
advantage
not
for
an
self, so
older
it just
roll.
cancels out at that point. Okay, you guys leave the
Alright,
basement.
Dusty, let's go.
yeah, as we're walking out, I'm just gonna. Well, if he wants to do business, we'll see how far we get in that. But I mean, at the end of the day, he didn't seem like he knew Willow personally, or at least who Willow was. Still, if he had more to do with that whole process, well,
I
he
have
ain't
my
making it
doubts.
out of there alive.
I have my doubts about his lack of involvement, but we'll see.
I'm hoping our friend gets back with some information that can be useful. He's a man of information, so hopefully there's some that we can gain about the personal life of his.
That would be nice. Yes.
Yeah, Sylvie's looking
Now we
into
have-
that for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now there's plenty of other things to do, like rest.
Yeah, I should probably get some. I know Violet's passed out upstairs.
Yes, maybe let her
You go upstairs and she's
not
just
be in that thing for a while.
She's asleep, but her
Yeah.
eyes still wide open. She appears completely motionless, but just
I gotta stop leaving her in there. Gotta stop.
oh, nice.
Gotta.
I'm gonna just go into my forge.
Okay.
Mhm.
You spend your evening toiling away in your forge, taking what rest you need, your short 4 hours of meditation. Dusty, Carl, you return to your room with Violet for the evening, and I'll find an evening's rest. You can go ahead and hit the long rest button, each of you. And the following morning comes, the sun rises, the storm outside still raging around you, the house still occasionally shaking as the winds blow the timbers. Yes, Xechas.
Alarm did not trip during the night.
Nope, not once.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
the storm continues outside. The snow at this point has kind of piled up in drifts along the windows, the entire ground floor. Looking out the windows, they're about half covered in snow at this point, as it's just piled down over the course of the last 12 to 18 hours.
Oh, good.
I
Come
think
out of my
Dusty
room.
wakes up and meets you out, probably in the living room, early as always.
Another horrible morning. Don't know if we're
Yeah,
be
I was
able to
gonna go
anywhere
check
today.
traps, but I didn't want to bother White Carl and wake him up because it looks like I'm not going to check traps after all.
No, I fear we may get lost if we go outside at all.
Remember, a well-placed fireball can solve most problems. Dusty, you have a DM's inspiration. Which I believe is just a free
Nice.
reroll, the way we're doing it. The DM's inspiration is just a free reroll of any
Perfect.
botched rule of your choosing.
That would go great for my disadvantage.
There you go.
I was gonna... Go ahead.
Ashlyn did order some supplies for us yesterday, but she said they would arrive today. I highly doubt that now, given the conditions.
Ashlyn
Yeah.
walks past, going to the kitchen. Couldn't even send the letter. just goes right into the kitchen and carries on with her day.
Yep, so it's going to be a while before we get anything new. Suppose I could do some tinkering or, planning around the house, but I don't know what all there is to do.
I think that this really puts a spanner in my works. I'm gonna go outside and probably just practice a little bit of shooting. Hopefully the storm isn't horrendous.
You,
Maybe get Violet out there. But...
as you're talking, you're just bundling up all your winter clothes for the day, your big fur coat, and you go open the front door. As you do is there's just snow blowing in every direction with no sense of uniformity whatsoever. It is just blown. The door itself is like, as you open it, snow just collapses into your front living space a little bit as you kind of stand there with the doors open in the bitter cold. It is a blizzard outside. She rolled a 93 on the weather check, just FYI.
You know what?
I
Door's
wanna,
closed.
help him close the doors.
You close the doors.
Right at that moment, y'all
perhaps-
just hear like a door burst open and go, "It looks so cool outside!" And I just run right out the door and do a belly flop into the snow.
Goliath things. Okay, roll for Snow Angel, please.
Hop,
Nice.
go.
Roll for Snow Angel.
Snow Angel, go. Whoop.
That'll just be a straight D20. There you go. 4. You watch as Vicarl just goes and jumps into the snow and just starts flailing about wildly trying to make a snow angel, but the snow is so deep that every time he moves, it just kind of piles more and more on top of him in the hole, and after about 10 seconds, there's just no more Vicarl, and you just see a little movement under the snow.
Ah, shit. But Dusty's gonna walk out and start trying to scoop it off the top of it.
You do eventually find the furry coat of
Close the door
Vicarl
behind you.
puffing out through the snow. You are able to clear some of it off. You find his
You just see a
bald
face
ass
come out,
head.
just hello.
Always the exciting one, huh?
It's the perfect day for this. And I just start to go back down into the
Just sinks back into the snow and continues.
He's like a tiny puppy.
I'm like a husky.
He's giant, 6'5", gray, and extremely muscular.
Yeah, he'll be alright. He'll be fine, probably. And I'm gonna go back.
You just go inside and leave. Vicarl, how long do you play in the snow?
I would play as a Goliath for a good 45 minutes, and then without even noticing, I would have transformed into an Arctic fox.
Okay.
At some point, I pop out of the snow just as a little tiny, just about yay big, and just... And I'm
Okay.
almost like snow diving, like a dolphin.
Dusty, at one point, you're like, should I be worried about him? And you go and just crack the door open. You just see the snow fox just poof, poof, just like popping out in one place, going in another. And then inexplicably, kind of like 15 feet away from where it should be, just popping out again and heading in a different direction.
Oh, he's
Zero
having a great time.
explanation whatsoever. Eventually,
You
the
know what?
snow does begin to slow. The storm slowly beginning to come to an end and subsiding. The snow still deep, but having been blown by the wind in such a way that it's kind of drifted up against surfaces, going from like the water or the cliffside towards the forest, and there's just these snow drifts that have formed against all sides of thing, kind of clearing a little bit of the path outside. It is a cold day here in Verosia, but it is at very least no longer blizzarding. That probably takes until about the early afternoon for the storm to subside, however.
While all that goes on, I'm gonna go spend a bit more time refining the blueprints for the armor for Smith.
Okay. How did we do on the blueprints last time? We were struggling a little bit, weren't we?
I think it was decent, but not the greatest. Let me see.
Okay, so roll me a Tinkerer's Tools with your intelligence modifiers. You again try to sketch up a design that works more for Smith's diminutive. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. I can't word right now. Diminutive. Yeah, diminutive.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Size.
Okay, add 6 to this.
Sure. Okay. Very good. You at this point kind of refining on the previous ideas you had designed and kind of struggled with, kind of working through the different kinks and errors you had made, kind of correcting some of your math and design as you go, as you kind of finish, as you look outside the windows and see the snow finally beginning to fall at kind of just a slow and steady rate. You kind of close the book on your creation, having fully finished the design for this object you were creating. Now it's a matter of building it and implementing it into Smith's, I don't want to say architecture because that's not the word, but you know what I mean.
That's actually not a bad word for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do I feel like I know kind of what I would need, like the materials that I would need?
I mean, pretty standard smithing stuff. Mostly the enchanting power that you would need to make it function as yours does is the harder part. Incorporating armor into the design is something you could do with just normal basic iron. That's easy enough. It's the arcane implements into it.
Do I feel like I could use the machine downstairs for that?
You figure with most things enchanting based, the machine downstairs can help, but it is more or less a shortcut and has a non-zero chance of blowing up both you and most likely your entire house should you fail. It's not a big chance, but it's a non-zero chance of blowing up everything.
So I feel like with this one, I probably will just, if anything, I'll make like a conduit gem of some kind and then take that elsewhere and do it, or just not use the machine at all.
Okay. That is something you have to look into another day.
Sweet.
So that kind of design element takes up the bulk of your time, and you guys are left as the snows begin to subside. Just the three of you in your home. Olga and Ashlyn are kind of down for their afternoon nap, just resting up a little bit. What's the plan here? How is Saul's United Cogs and Claws going to ingratiate themselves to the company or make money for themselves for the next month or so until Sylvie's contact is able to make his way to your home? What are you guys going to do?
All right. It's kind of late, but we could start making our way to town. We'd be stuck out at night a little bit, probably.
We could try and find some people maybe when the work day is ending. I feel like that'd be a great time to start asking people if they need help when they're tired.
That's fair.
You know, that's actually not a bad idea. Dusty, do you still have that sled?
I'm pretty sure it's still around here.
Yeah, I think it's in the stable.
So I was thinking,
most likely.
If Fight Coral could transform into, that something that could pull us along the snow, and we could make good time there.
Oh, I think I have
dog
exactly
sledding.
it.
Let's go.
We could, yeah.
Okay.
Make the druid useful.
There is a lot of snow.
We should,
that would probably work in theory.
we should make sure dude's fed.
Right. Yes. Good. Smart. Don't want him to turn into a skeleton like the last one. Ha ha!
Oh, I will say,
Yes, let's,
kind of took off a little bit, and I don't blame you with everything that's happened. He wants to do, looks at Vicarl, business for information.
All right. I'll be real. The man makes me nervous in a way that I don't like. There's something about him. Then I look over at
it's very
Xechas.
slimy.
I think he's smarter than all of us. You included, and I think you're smarter than both of us combined, Timmy and Dusty. That made me nervous.
From what I could gather, he was at least earnest in not knowing who Willow was. That doesn't excuse his involvement in any way, but at least he didn't know who we were talking about.
Yeah, I will amend my statement with that they're not on like a name by name basis. He does not know her. He just knew of an opening where he could have a business investment and seemed to take it. His motivations notwithstanding, at least, he appears to have not known much of Willow's existence, short of she was likely arrested or removed by the company.
Is more so how involved he is with the company.
Right.
I'm on a level with both of you. If his involvement with the company is extensive and he's well known at least to the company, then I don't really have intention of letting him walk away with his life.
That's what I was thinking too.
No, we just have to make sure it doesn't get traced back to us.
Well, that indeed. However, you saw what he could do, and I mean, we saw it a little bit when we walked down. He's a very capable individual.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Someone like that does not just end up getting robbed and left under the docks. However, if he does end up getting left under the docks, could be a good little message of back the fuck off.
Food for thought.
Not wrong.
Who's bringing food down to him?
Should bring something actually, that will tie him over for a while.
See if we got any stew.
No, that's too kind.
You do know at any given point there's usually some kind of stew on at the House of Cogs and Claws.
Just want to give him, anything that he can use to... I don't know. I don't trust him with objects, period.
How about we serve him some a smear of stew on a bunch of bread? That should keep him going for at least a day or two.
Want to make him a
that
bread
way,
bowl?
There's no exactly. We're gonna make him a bread bowl, so he has to eat his utensils. He can't use them. What is he gonna eat?
Okay. Roll me an investigation check as you're having this conversation. You're just going through the pantry, looking for the different bread types. Whoever wants to try to find the bread bowl. Yeah, that's good enough. You do find a piece of bread that is kind of circular in shape. It's a little thinner than you would ideally go for, but is also kind of older, so it's a little on the firmer side. You gather it would have the structural integrity to function as a bread bowl for at least a time until degrading to a point it no longer holds its contents.
I did a fancy restaurant at home once that served soup in these strange bowls that were very shallow, but they weren't great. But I think this will do something like that.
Sure. This could work. We could make this a business if this whole adventuring thing doesn't pan out.
A bread bowl restaurant, that's not a bad idea.
Okay, who's bringing down? There is stew, fresh stew on the table. It's pretty standard, just beef, potatoes, celery, carrots, nothing fancy. Who's bringing it down?
I'll bring it down to him.
Okay.
I go with.
Thank you.
All
I'm
right.
going to stay up here.
You guys make your way down. Xechas, of course, letting you in that first door that opens. I guess both doors only open because of your hand. So we might need to work on that. Something for the Masons to decide. Either way, you let Dusty invite Carl into the basement, and they both make their way into the room, and you find Erson, same as before, just back against the wall. This time he appears to kind of be napping, just kind of casually. Eyes closed, hears you approaching, doesn't appear to stir or anything.
I put the bread bowl through the bars.
There is a feeding slot in the very bottom. You have to kind of put it on the ground and slide it under.
I like put it right in front just before I slide it in though. I look at him, look down at it, look down up at him. You may be smart, but I'm a dick. Up, and I'm gonna use create water to make the bread bowl very, very watery, and then I just run away.
Doesn't open his eyes.
Slide it in.
Dusty, you're just standing there, watches Carl just runs away, spiteful and petty as ever. You hear from in the cell, "Oh, that wasn't very nice." And he goes over, grabs the bread bowl, and kind of like picks up the soggy, wet. Fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Eat it quick. Probably for the best.
He tries to drink from it, but the bread starts collapsing, so he spills the stew, but like he manages to eat most of the soggy, nasty bread bowl. It's quite
like Dusty.
Yeah, it's quite just awkward to watch someone eat like a structurally unsound bread bowl.
Dusty looks at him, kind of just shakes his head. Reaches into a satchel, pulls out a ration, rips a quarter of it off, and reaches through the bars with it.
He grabs it, pulls it, looks up at you, dips it in the stew, takes a bite. It's quite good, really.
Oh, yeah.
I find my way out of here. Maybe I'll think about selling this at the inn. Bread bowl's a good idea. I do it less soggy, though.
Well, we might have to put a halt to your bread bowl business so we can start ours. Fortunately.
Oh, nothing like a little healthy competition, eh? Well, I've got about 5 minutes to eat the rest of this before it kind of collapses through onto the floor, so if you don't mind.
Yeah, go right on ahead.
I will.
As you said, no words needed, right?
Right.
He walks away.
You guys make your way out the party together. So what's the plan? Are we heading to town?
Fucking dying. That was too funny. Yeah, I'll go grab Dusty's sled for him.
Okay. Last it was used was when you guys brought Vykarl to Mistmere from Laravos Lake when he was infected with the plague. So as you go out to the barn, you kind of find it, and it is still in working order. The kind of makeshift sled, that had to be pieced together. Also the one I believe you had. God, her name's escaping me right now. You had the general store owner make you a new sled too, right?
Oh yeah, that's the one I was thinking.
Yeah,
of.
so you find like the old, decrepit, kind of dried, pus-covered one that still smells like salt water, and then they're hanging next to it, just this nice, pristine sled, used mostly for like carrying, like animals and shit after they've been killed while he was hunting. So it's not like a sled on tracks. It's more or less a kind of circular sled with a shoulder sling built around it that you can walk and have it dragging behind you. It is big enough, I would say, for 2 small people, but that would be about it. Like you two could fit on it, not super comfortably, but it would definitely shave down some
Oh.
your trip. So it's up to you.
Firstly, I'm gonna take the old decrepit pus-filled one, and I'm gonna drag it out, and I'm gonna drag it over to the cliff, and I'm gonna throw it off.
Throw it off the cliff. Fair enough. With the 42, the weather continues. It's still snowing lightly. The wind still occasionally blows, but it is nowhere near the blizzard that it was before. You pull out Dusty's new and improved sled, realize that it is going to be a tight fit for the two of you, but as it is just the group of three making their way down with Vikarl pulling you, it is doable. Just not comfortable. You can pull it out front.
I could jump into my bag of holding for the trip. Just tap my head when we're ready. When we're there.
It's fine. We can get a little snug. It'll be fine.
All right.
Okay.
Hold on. He's gonna go inside. Go into the room.
Mm-hmm.
Violet. Dun, dun, dun. Open the doors. See what she's doing.
Hi.
You alright?
I'm good. Are we going somewhere?
Yeah, we're gonna head into town.
Are you putting
Which
me...
means
Oh. Okay.
we don't have to for the most part.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You can get in the bag.
No,
for
it's
a good
fine.
portion of it.
No, it's fine. He's just real talkative in there, but it's okay. She goes over and just kind of sits down at your feet. I'm ready.
All right, at the end of the day, it can't be worse than Gregor, right?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm ready.
He's gonna say the word. Fucking prepare himself for the mental fucking anguish.
Okay, say the word. What's the word?
Shelter.
There you go. And you feel, again, a pang in your head. Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah,
Violet speaks Draconic, so Violet and Dusty can talk, but no one else can talk to Violet because they don't speak Draconic.
I'm gonna use my.
Okay.
Well, no, that's all right. No,
15's good
That's
enough.
not all right. That's an 11 technically
Oh.
with disadvantage. I'm gonna use the inspiration.
Sure. Yeah, free reroll on the failed roll. Roll one more time. Okay.
14.
You do feel that slight pang of migraine kind of sinking into your head as you focus, and Violet materializes into the necklace around your neck. You look down.
Just the faintest
Yeah.
blood.
Look down at the blue gem now glowing with this faint hint of purple kind of pulsing inside, and Violet has safely once again returned to the amulet.
All right. He's gonna wipe the blood away before he goes back out to them. Make it look like nothing happened as best he can.
Okay.
He's gonna walk out.
All right. You
All
all
right, good to go.
reconvene in front of the house on the sled. Vikarl, what are you transforming into? What's the plan there?
I would be probably transforming into. I would like stand up in front of it and think, bear, no, tiger, no,
Tiger!
winter, fast, and I immediately out of my neck a giant elk horn just, and then another, and then a giant elk just busting through the chest of Vikarl, stretching into a giant
You
elk.
watch as Vikarl's head just snaps back as two antlers out of the neck awkwardly, and then where Vikarl once stood now stands. Did you say an elk?
Yeah.
Okay. Easily done. You kind of strap the shoulder strap from the sled around the antlers as best you can. You'll be a little closer to the back legs than you normally would be when Dusty's carrying it. Yes, Xechas.
Instead of that, I'll take my rope out and I'll kind of like tie it around his chest, and then attach that to the strap of the.
Okay,
the
give
sled.
you a little more space so you're not right behind the hooves as you're going along either. Easily done. Roll me a survival check to make those knots nice and tight.
Can I give assist?
Yeah, like you're the middle-aged dad correcting his son's knots before his Boy Scout exam. You're like, no, that's not the clove hitch. You fucked that up.
You're just standing behind him, and every
Okay.
now and again you just hear
A 1
mm-mm.
and a 20. Polar opposites. You managed to get it affixed quite
crazy.
firmly around Elk-Carl. And you have yourself a caribou or an elk sled being pulled by your
Caribou
friend Caribou Lou. And you eventually, you guys settle in. It is a tight squeeze. You kind of have to sit like the bigger person sits in the back with their legs open while the smaller person sits in the middle in between their legs like you would when you're doubling up on a sled a little bit. It's not necessarily comfortable.
I'm
Have a
assuming
good
I'm
day at
slightly
work.
taller.
I appreciate it. I'm thinking, Dusty's quite small. Yeah.
So
Very
at first
wide.
I try to sit on the back, like on my knees, and then it starts moving a bit, and I fucking fall, and I realize, fine, and I do the awkward leg splay around him thing.
Yep. You guys are just sitting. So what I need
His
for
tail
this
is fucking in my face.
basically, I need a. Okay. I'm gonna say from Elk Carl, roll me a dexterity check because you can run fast and pull things no problem, but it's aiming and steering that's gonna be the struggle. And then Dusty, since you're in front, I need you to roll me a land vehicles check, which you are not proficient in, I believe. So just your, we're gonna say strength to just maintain this thing on course as you're shredding. Oh,
I'm gonna cast enhance ability on Bite Carl.
Okay, go ahead and roll again.
For the cat's grace.
Thank you. Better. Whoa.
Okay.
Much better.
Dusty, roll me strength. Do it. Roll it now. Do it.
It's 7.
Okay. Carl, you managed to kind of get into this steady kind of run that doesn't cause too much turbulence for the sled. You pick your path as well as you can, kind of weaving down what would normally be like a more or less a dirt and gravel kind of haphazardly thrown together road that has just developed over time of people using it. Now kind of half covered in snow drifts drifting across it. You're kind of having to pick your space, and Dusty and Xechas on the back are just being thrown around on this sled. No matter how hard you try, Carl, you are not despite your best efforts, Dusty is just not able to keep them on a steady track, so they keep going over like a snowdrift and bouncing and poosh, through the deep snow. And occasionally, by the time you get about 30 minutes from the house, Dusty, your entire face, all of your fur is just speckled with pellets of ice that have frozen into it. Your whiskers have a coating of snow that has just frozen around it in this cold weather. There's a 42 weather check from Alice, so the storm is still going ever so slightly. Xechas, you too have this like kind of gathering of frost on like whatever remnants of facial hair you have kind of along the edge of your hairline, and it is just an unpleasant experience getting pulled through pile after pile of snow. I'm gonna say I need strength saving throws from both of you to stay on the sled, and I also need a D4 from somebody. If someone in chat wants to do exclamation point D4, let's roll ourselves adventure.
And as far as soon
Okay,
as
thank
far
you,
as
Avarian.
Carl is concerned, it's like a Coca-Cola Christmas commercial, and everything's beautiful.
Okay.
It's just polar bears are smiling at me.
All right.
While drinking Coca-Cola.
As you guys are being whipped down this road towards Fort Mistmere, you pass over the bridge that takes over the small creek that then turns into a small waterfall and goes over. You fly into the air and manage to stay on the wagon as you come down around a turn and kind of hit another dip and bump in the road. Dusty, you are unable to maintain your grip as the sled kind of comes off a lip and hits another bump immediately, like casing the top of a jump, and you slam off the sled and fly into the air and just face first into the snow, sliding to a stop. Xechas, you kind of hold on and bring the sled screeching to a halt as Carl, you sensing the sled significantly lighter than before and looking back and seeing your paramour, if you will, flying through the air and face planting into the dirt. You go to stop and slide, but as you do, before you can even react, you hear a very familiar sound of a shot ringing out from a rifle, but not from Dusty. You see a flash and a big plume of smoke fill the air coming from the forest at your right. And that is where we will take our break for today.
Ooh! Ooh!
Told you guys we're going to have a
DM,
random
I hate to get
encounter.
technical with you, but the sled doesn't have brakes.
Yeah, but you have feet, which you can press into the snow and hit the brakes.
Fair.
You know what I mean.
Your
I
arm
don't
just
do
like
that.
turns.
You're
Right,
Canadian, you know how to brake on a sled. Let's not bullshit
Yeah, I
here,
jump
okay?
off.
No, you just sink your heels into the ground. Wow,
Your
Carl
arm turns
did
into one of those things.
He
just
may
like those,
very well
the-
have gotten shot. It does appear that at least someone was lying in wait for the party who did not notice because they were distracted taking a sled down a death trap. Yes, Dusty. What's up?
Just hear
What-
those sleigh
how
bells
many
ringling,
trees
jing,
are
jingling,
around?
too.
Hundreds. You're
Okay.
you're on your right, the entire side is forest. This road runs along the coastal cliffs. Left, cliffs, ocean. Right, forest, woods. That's it. That's all.
As I
We're
fly
coming back.
through the air,
We're taking a break. You're in the air
Another
right now,
cloud.
mid-air. Your
Another
face
cloud.
has just hit the
There we
snow, and you hear that crack run off as your face is buried in the snow. We will be back in 10
Probably
minutes,
wondering how I
everybody.
got here.
Don't go anywhere. We'll see y'all in a bit. We are back, everybody. Welcome in. It's time for combat musics. Let's go. So excited. Oh my. So, I think that's everyone for initiative. If I'm not mistaken. I'm missing one? I think I'm missing one. Do you have an initiative, mister? Okay, who's missing? Are you missing? Are you one of the missing ones? Who's one of the missing riflemen? I'm so confused. There's one missing. There should be 5 of them. Am I blind or am I stupid? Am I blind or am I stupid?
Yes.
Probably a little column A, a little column B. Maybe this guy doesn't have a turn yet? No, he does. There's just one random dude who does not have a turn. Oh no, there's only 4. Okay, we're good. We're Gucci. We're fine. Beautiful.
Hey.
So, picking up where we left off, the party was making their way down south from their home to Fort Mistmere. However, after a fairly eventful ride on your sled, Dusty, you were unable to maintain control and fell off, plummeting face first into the deep snow that had gathered along the roadside here, tasting kind of just that cold, watery feeling filling your mouth as you inhale snow on your impact. You get a couple little twigs in there. Vykarl and Xechas, realizing you have lost a passenger, do what you can to kind of slam whatever brakes you can manage on Xechas, kind of putting a foot down, stamping into the snow and trying to brake that way, whereas Vykarl, you kind of begin skidding to a stop. However, before you are able to do so, the very familiar sound of a gun, a rifle, a musket, cracks the evening air, splitting the silence that had kind of settled on all of you. As you begin to turn, you feel something, I guess, you feel the pressure of something making its way towards you. I am going to roll an attack roll. So, I have advantage from Soph, but I have disadvantage from, I think, was it Alice? Nerdhala gave me disadvantage. So, there's more than one dude shooting. Would you rather me just roll a straight roll for the first guy instead of advantage for sneak attack? And use the disadvantage on the next guy, so 2 straight rolls, or just advantage on one and canceled out on another? It's up to you guys.
Cancel.
Cancel? Okay. So we're just
Yeah.
doing a straight roll, and that'll be all of it. Okay. So, first shot. 14 to hit you in elk form.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This one is going to appear as well. Token layer. Okay, so 2 shots both go off. The second one will just also be a straight roll for the disadvantage. Okay. So a 19 to hit. Xechas, does that hit you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Bite Carl, in elk form. As you're kind of skidding to a stop, you hear the sound of a gunshot ringing out in the forest. You turn to look just as you feel something tear into your side. You take 12 points of piercing damage as you immediately kind of just like take the impact of a shot. Xechas, as you're kind of leaning back on the sled trying to stop, you feel something hit you in the chest hard, kind of throwing you back onto the snow. You take 10 points of piercing damage, and it appears as if you guys have found yourselves in a bit of a surprise combat, as someone seems to have been lying in wait for you here on the road. Let's pull up the battle map so everyone can see. And we're going to start the round. First up is one of the riflemen who's still in hiding. Okay, perfect. He is going to step out of hiding. And Dusty, you're prone in the snow, so it's a little tricky for him to get a shot. But he's going to step out from behind this tree, aiming at you in the snow, and take a shot. It would be at advantage because he's sneaking, but you are prone, so it's just going to be a straight roll. That's a 9 to hit. So as you face plant into the snow, your ears kind of muffled by it, you hear the sound of like a muffled gunshot through the snow, and you're like, what the hell's going on? And then you hear another. You hear the sound of Vikarl, an elk, reacting to being shot. Xechas letting out a as a bullet tears into his chest, and you hear the sound of something ricocheting off a rock about a foot from your head, just it's kind of scattering off into nothing. It appears as if you guys are under attack. With that being said, he is going to use his other movement to sink back behind the tree and just put his back up against it and gain full cover. Dusty, you are up. You are prone in the snow. What are you doing?
All right, so I'm gonna do a couple things here. First off, as the thing happens, he hears the elk react to getting shot.
Immediately, yes. That would probably be
And
the first thing you hear.
he goes, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." And he's gonna swing his legs out from under him, get up from prone.
Okay, just half your movement.
For half of his movement.
It is deep snow, so half your movement makes sense. As you kind of put an arm down to push yourself up, it sinks in. So it's a trial just to get yourself up here.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
You don't see exactly where the shot came from, but you know one person shot from behind you, and the other two shots came out from somewhere in front of you up that way.
I'm going to use my Tabaxi Feline Agility.
Okay.
To double the movement, so I have normal movement.
Okay.
And I want to move forward and then up this tree.
Which tree?
The one right here.
Okay. Easy enough. I will say roll me a simple acrobatics check. It is just a snow-covered pine tree with ice hanging through the branches and on all the little pine needles and everything. So just a simple... Ooh. That is a struggle. I will say at advantage because you have claws and a natural climb speed.
You say the dice on fucking D&D Beyond was cocked between 20 and 2,
no.
and it gave me the 2 instead of the 20.
2. Yeah, it gives you the lowest on the cock die. Yep. Go ahead
Those
and roll one more.
motherfuckers, man.
You have claws. Climbing icy shit is easier with claws. You're having a bad day.
Not.
You jump into the tree and start trying to climb and claw your way up a bit, and you manage to get, I'd say, about 10 feet up into this 20-foot high tree, but the branches and the snow and ice are just kind of too cumbersome for you to make your way around. You're kind of stuck about halfway up the tree.
Is there a branch I can just get on?
Yep. You're able to hold yourself around this height.
All right, perfect. From my spot, would he be visible?
I would say yes, but with half cover, because he's back up against the tree. So you see like a little bit of a rifle sticking up where he's hastily trying to reload it. There's a little bit of a shoulder sticking out and some of a leg. So he's got pretty well half cover at this point, I'd say.
All right, then first things first.
Not that matters to you.
Did that just take movement to get to where I am?
Yes.
Or do I need an action bonus? Okay. Then he's gonna feel as I go hunt over my eye. He's gonna see this little red mark start appearing on him. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay. Easily done. You cast your Hunter's Mark. You feel it take hold as you focus your attention and your intent on your next victim.
And then I believe it is an action to do this. So as he says that, he's going to grab the gem on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to say, shelter.
Okay. Violet jumps out of the gem, like literally just appears before you. It almost seems like she was ready for this, almost as if she's, what's the word? Cognizant of what is happening outside of the gem at all times. She jumps out ready for a fight, kind of lands on the boughs of the tree in front of you, eyes already locked on her target. And she's just in the tree about 10 feet up with you right now. Unless you would like to summon. I'd say you can summon her within 10 feet of wherever the necklace is. I was doing up the homebrew sheet today, but D&D Beyond went down, so I couldn't finish it.
Choose you.
So it's like a 10-foot radius from where you are. You can have her appear.
I'd put her at the bottom.
Okay, bottom of the tree.
Probably at
She's
the
just
bottom on
ground.
the other side from me.
Okay, so she's not directly in line of sight. She's mostly covered by the snow and the heavy, heavy boughs of this pine tree that rests here.
And that's all I can do.
Okay, Violet lands in the snow, just ready for a fight immediately next turn. Xechas, you kind of are thrown back in the snow. You're kind of, I would say you're prone. You were sitting on the sled when you got shot, and you got knocked back, so you are prone currently. There's just a hole in your jacket with this little steam trail coming out of it.
So I'm going to have to fix that. I am going to, immediately after getting shot, cast invisibility on myself.
Okay. Easily done. You can see where the two people who shot at you were. There's one behind this tree, one behind this tree.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get up. And do we round
cast
down or up for
invisibility.
movement?
Hmm?
Do we round down or up for movement? Because I have 35 feet. Do I have 15 or 20 left after getting up?
We'll say 15.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna...
Or it takes 15 to
Cozy up
get up.
behind
Half
this.
of a normal movement, so 15. So you have 25 left.
Okay,
or
that's...
whatever. 20.
Either way, that's fine. I'm just gonna go get... These are big rocks, right?
Yeah, you get half cover
Mhm.
if you crouch behind those.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
You cast invisibility, immediately sneak your way over to the nearby rocks. Next up is someone you guys don't see. Don't give me an error occurred bullshit. Don't give me that.
Is it the
You're
space
not
lizards?
even a homebrew character. No, sometimes oh, it's because I switched from company rifleman to a non-homebrew character. D&D doesn't like that. I'm really just using this assassin sheet as a placeholder. But okay, what are our movement here? 30 feet. So she is going to with 30 feet move up to fuck it. She's going to quickly skirt up to this tree. Vicarl, you will just catch a glimpse of her as she does that. She's just going to step her way past, and as she does so, she is going to cast a firebolt at you. There's a 10 to hit. That's not going to hit. Oh, she was advantaged because she was stealth. That's a 9. Neither of those hit. As you're kind of recovering from the initial shot, you look up briefly and see this woman kind of clad in a dark hood. Looks like a kind of a bandana almost covering the lower half of her face. Her eyes also shaded out by what looks like some kind of face paint. Looks over, raises a hand, and just casts a firebolt, but it skirts past you, kind of sails out over Rook's Bay, and then she just steps behind another tree. She cannot. I don't believe she has the rogue thing. Yeah, she can't re-enter stealth, but she does get full cover by just disappearing into the boughs of a massive pine tree. That will be her turn. Next up, you guys rolled really bad initiative, Vicarl. That was rough for you. Next up is going to be the soldier who fired at you, Vicarl. He's going to take another. Where did my sheet go? And I believe. Okay, So you guys are lucky because these are actual rifle users and not just muskets. You watch as the one guy who stepped out and fired at you, Vite Carl, initially is hastily back up against a tree, hastily using his action to try and reload his rifle, and he's just going to keep his shelter. He's pretty well covered back there, and he's just going to spend his action reloading. Next up, we have this guy who is going to appear out of the GM layer. And appear, and he's going to run forward 30 feet, kind of go up behind this rock. And Vite Carl, he's going to take a shot at you. Not at disadvantage because he's in range and he was hidden. So stealth shot at advantage. 17 to hit you, which I believe does hit elk form. As you're recovering from the first shot, dodging the firebolt, you feel another shot hit you from the front and kind of throw you back down onto the ground, making you lose your balance a little bit. You take 14 points of damage as another rifleman steps out of the forest. And you recognize the weapons. These are very akin to what the high-level riflemen were using during the Battle of Laravos Lake, but they don't appear to bear any company markings whatsoever. Everyone is dressed in very plain, kind of muted, foresty colors to kind of camouflage in with the foliage and the snow here. They don't necessarily appear to be company men, though they do appear to be using very similar weapons to them. Next up, we have this bitch. She is going to use her dash action to get right up to you, and she's just appears out from behind the rocks as if she was half buried in the snow, waiting for you. She just steps out from behind the rocks and out of the snow, draws a weapon, and begins making her way towards you, just in a beeline straight towards yourself. She seems to have no idea where your comrade went, and you are really the only target within range, so she's just going to make a beeline for you, using her action to dash. Next up, we have one of the other riflemen who fired already, so he's going to use his action to reload and stay behind his tree. So, just so I'm remembering all of this correctly, I'm going to mark the people who need to reload with that. So he's going to reload on his next turn. These two guys shot at you. That guy shot this turn. Okay, so there's 4 riflemen, 2 reloading this turn, 2 reloading next turn. And then I need to move this bish out of the DM layer. We should be all good now. Get out of there! Okay, there we go. We're good. Everyone is where they need to be. So you see the 2 marked with the skulls, the one attacking Vite Carl and the one who disappeared behind that tree, appear to be wearing more uniform garbs. They appear to be matching more than the standard riflemen. They don't appear to have any weapons like firearms on them, just short sword and seemingly basic use of magic. But they are similarly robed. Just keep an eye out for the markings on them. Vite Carl, after all of that, it is your turn. What are you doing?
Woohoo!
You see, you guys are almost completely surrounded and cut off. The cliff to your left, the forest to your right. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm using my hooves on the one right in front of me.
Okay, as she confidently strides out of the woods, ready to strike you down on her next turn, you almost lure her into a false sense of security, and as she gets closer, ready to strike, you immediately rear back and hit with the hooves. Go ahead and roll your attack. 19 will definitely hit her. There's an AC 15. So 22 bludgeoning damage. She steps forward confidently and immediately feels impact of one hoof hitting her square on top of the head while the other kind of crushes into the collarbone. You watch as her eyes kind of roll back for a second. She's still standing, she's still alive, but you just did a sizable amount of damage to her, and she appears shook, if not bloodied, right out the gate. There's just a trickle of blood beginning to come down from the hairline where your hoof hit her. She's and she's just very, very much stunned for a second.
There's as Vite Carl's bucking up with the hand, one hand goes down, or one hoof poof, hits her, and then he kind of hits the floor right next to her, just staring at her, and as soon as he hits the ground, just green kind of sparkles, sort of Firefly-esque, swirl around, almost coming out of flowers that don't exist around him, and I'm gonna cast Circle of the Moon healing on myself.
You can Circle of the Moon heal yourself.
Bonus action, baby.
Yeah, love that.
Whoop up.
Okay.
There we go. And that's me.
To feel the wounds that you received from this ambush beginning to close up, and you heal at least a little bit from the damage that you have taken. That'll be it for you. Next up is, where's this guy? Where'd he go? He way up top? The up top one? Okay, so he is reloading this turn. Next up, Dusty. This guy is now
Alright.
Officially reloaded, so he can fire next turn.
With myself, I'm gonna slide down the tree a little.
Okay, you make your way back
As
to
I wanna get
the forest floor.
closer.
Easily done.
To here.
You see him like loading his weapon and turning to aim it towards you. Shit!
And as he's turning to aim towards me, he just watches as I fucking pull the musket over my shoulder, just pointed at him. And then with my bonus action, he's gonna whistle and then nod his head over his shoulder as Violet's gonna take off up to here on this guy.
Split up and go to that one. All right. She splits out from under the tree, weaving through the snow. You hear just a confused, "The fuck is that?" As Violet just emerges from the snow to attack this other guy. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do her attack first
Go for it.
with the new sheet. See?
Ah!
Poof.
That whispered it directly to me for some reason, but that's fine. The stream can see it and I can see it. Can you guys see that?
I don't know how to change that.
I don't either. It's fine. It's a 10. We rolled a 10 on bite. That is not going to hit, unfortunately.
Didn't do great.
As she jumps,
and then
tries to bite, he puts his rifle down and just gets it in between her and him. She kind of clamps down on the rifle and isn't able to get any purchase to find a good spot to bite with.
And then I'm going to take my shot on the dude, and as I do so, I'm going to say Strike and Draconic, so she flashes purple.
Okay.
As I infuse this and hopefully hit it.
You do not have to worry about cover. 19 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Alright, so that is a 15 plus 2d6 from Hunter's Mark and her.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, bad roll on that, though. 18 total.
Okay, 18 total. You watch him frantically finish reloading, raise his weapon to you just as you land, pull out your own musket, raise it, command Violet to attack, and in the same breath, fire your weapon. He takes the hit and is kind of thrown back for a second. There's a brief purple flash as he takes the extra damage from the infusion from Violet and stumbles a couple feet out of cover from behind the tree. He is still alive, but he is bleeding heavily, and you gather he probably won't survive too many hits like that. There's a look of fear growing on his face where there was once kind of like a resolute intent to kill. Now there's the questioning of that beginning to appear.
As he looks towards me after the first shot, he's gonna hear Dusty say, "Should have chose a different rifle," as he's already got a second fucking round loaded into his musket. And he's gonna take my second attack with extra attack.
He's like, he's still aiming his musket at you, ready to return fire as soon as possible.
Oh, buddy.
That would be never.
buddy.
When you meet him in the night
okay.
circle of Avernus.
I meant to talk to you about this before the stream, but I'm thinking we move away from exploding criticals eventually here because it's getting really annoying to calculate them. So what I'm gonna start doing is just multiplying the total damage that it gives me by 2, including bonuses. But we can start that next game. So what would your total damage? 12 plus...
I'd be 12 plus 4, so 16 is
plus,
the maximum.
Plus the D6 from your Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, wouldn't that be 2D if we double?
Yep.
2d6.
Okay.
Much better.
Go ahead and describe what it looks like as you finish off this rifleman. That was... These guys have like 40 HP per, and you just did like
end?
Well over that.
I think he shoots the first time after he 6 Violet on him. He says what he says, and then he already has it, and before the dude could actually react, he just puts a hole in his chest.
Okay, you fire another
full
shot.
Musket-sized hole.
He is still with the musket pointed towards you. You fire a shot. You see him go back again, kind of same way he recoiled from the first shot, except this time he drops the musket, puts his hand to his chest, holds it up, and realizes how much blood there is, and in a second just collapses into the snow. A little plume kind of flies up on all sides. The snow still blowing heavily as the snowstorm is raging all around you during this fight. Anything else?
With that, it'd be 10 feet down, and then I took 15 there. So yeah, I think that's I think I have like 5 feet of movement, so I'll move closer to the tree.
This
That's about
fucker
it.
is dead. He is gone. Next up, Xechas. You watch as Dusty, just from behind the cover of a tree, you just see little flashes of this ongoing battle. You see Violet jump on one guy, a flash of purple, 2 gunshots ring out, and then a company man just fall to the snow about 30 feet up past where Dusty was. What are you doing?
Quick question. How much movement does it take to equip a weapon?
Usually they say about half to draw a weapon. I say 10 feet.
Okay, cool. So I see that we're being ambushed by ranged people right now, and they have guns, and I don't like that. Because I don't have a gun.
You count at least 4 with guns, 3 now that Dusty has killed one.
And I don't like that bitch that was moving around between the trees. She looks real quick. So I'm going to...
Yeah, you can't see her anymore.
I saw where she went, though, right?
Yes, but she broke line of sight, like, completely out of view by going behind this massive pine tree that's covered in snow and ice. She's just completely...
Okay.
Might as well be invisible as long as she's behind there, at least from your angle.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't plan on attacking her yet. So I have... I'm going to use my action to dash. So I have 65 feet of movement. Or, 60 feet of movement, because I have 35 total.
That would
So
give you
I'm
70
going to
feet
just
of movement. 35 times 2.
60 after I draw my Yiklewa.
Ah, yes.
So while I'm invisible, I'm going to go into my bag and draw my Yiklewa and go hang out on the other side of the tree from where I think she is.
Okay. For context, the tree being covered in boughs, if you're moving within the radius of the tree, it is difficult terrain. So going into it won't cost you extra, but any movement inside that range will be double movement. The woody,
I misunderstood
dead trees.
the layout of the tree.
Anything in that circle is difficult terrain. And as you kind of like step into it to kind of make your way around it, you realize there's just brambles and bushes and boughs of tree kind of everywhere.
Okay. I'm actually going to use the rest of my movement to slink down onto the other side of this tree from this dude that I can see.
Okay. Sounds good. He has just finished reloading. Next up is this bitch, who, I guess seeing Violet do a number on one of her guys, is going to use her movement to get up to there. 30 feet. And you just hear a voice from under the bandana or mask, kind of just, so it's like a more of like just a like a turtleneck that's been pulled up, basically. You just hear, "Foul little creature," and she's just going to lash out immediately at Violet. That's going to be an 8 to hit. I suck. That's an 18 to hit. Okay. Much better. Okay. So as Violet kind of dodges the first strike, this mysterious figure insults Violet and then steps out and takes a swing at her. Violet dodges to the right, narrowly avoiding it. As she does, she brings it back around, kind of carving up the other side. You hear the sound of metal kind of dragging against the amethyst scales, and then the sound of cracking stone as the blade finds purchase and makes its way through the natural armor. Violet takes 9 points of piercing damage, and as you look over at her, you see her... does she have any immunities to poison? I should ask.
No.
Okay. You see as she takes the hit, she recoils, and then there's a moment where she almost kind of slinks down for a second as she takes 6 points of poison damage for a total of 15 altogether. That will be... I think that will be it for her. That will be her turn. Next up is this fellow. Who is not he's reloaded. Xechas, he's going to step out from behind the tree and just... You're still invisible, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will say roll me a stealth check. With advantage, please.
I was surprised you didn't have me do that when I moved.
I was not thinking about it. Okay, 21. He does not know you're there. You've managed to stand on like steady ground that didn't leave very obvious footprints as to where you were. So he will just pop out from behind the tree, business as usual, and fire a shot at Vykarl. Sorry, Vykarl. 10 to hit. That does not hit you. Yes, Xechas.
Can I use... I was going to ask if I can use my reaction to do a thing? To put my shield up where he's aiming?
No.
Okay.
That is a fighter ability to use your shield to interpose on an attack. You should have gone fighter. No. Unfortunately, as he raises and fires, Xechas, you do... I get it being invisible too. He doesn't see you, so he doesn't aim around you at all. He fires, and Vykarl, you just hear this as a bullet whizzes over your head and seemingly misses entirely for a total of 10 on that attack. That was not very good. So he will be reloading until the end of his next turn. Next up, we have this fellow who uses his reaction to reload this turn. So he is no longer reloading, but he is going to use his movement to just go up here and kind of kneel down behind one of the rocks and just kind of get a little bit of cover from it. He does not have any way to shoot this turn, so that'll be it for him. Vykarl, the assassin, or the hooded, cloaked individual who appears to be fighting you, is going to... She's going to fire a firebolt at you with disadvantage because she's within 5 feet. That's a 6. That's going to miss. But as she fires it, being within 10 feet of her, you feel this immediate force of energy emanate from her body as she casts the spell. Need you make me a DC 12 con save, please?
Con save?
Yep.
Whoop, up, up. Gotcha. That'll be with this, and con. Dear con, go! 16.
Okay. So, you take half. You take 4 points of force damage. As she casts a spell, there's almost this after effect that causes this wave of force to just emanate from her body as she does so. You brace against it and are able to withstand the bulk of the damage, but you do take 4 points as that shockwave just kind of racks through your body. And then she'll just make one short sword attack. 17 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, you take 9 piercing and 8 points of poison damage. There is no save against it. So you take a total of 17 points of damage. Woo!
Not bad. There's a moment where it almost looks like she flashes, just like gets all kind of rough looking immediately, and it just starts to like close over, like I'm using my muscles to keep it closed. Stone's endurance! Cheer!
Does that reduce all of the damage, basically? Am I correct?
No,
so
damage taken, yeah.
You take a grand total of 2 points. You take 9 plus 8 is 17. You reduced it by 14.
Right.
So it's 3. You actually take 3 points total damage.
Gotcha.
Still there.
We'll say you negate all of the poison and you just take 3 points of straight up piercing damage as like the first 2 inches of the blade from tip manages to find a little bit of purchase through your hardened muscle. She's getting frustrated. You're still in elk form too, right?
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm going full druid tank today.
She's going to just use her movement to maneuver around you, so you guys are kind of just rotating. She's kind of setting you up to be in a line. You can tell she's lining it up so they can take shots at you without more risk of hitting her. But that will be it for her turn. Next up is this guy who has a round chambered as of this turn. He is going to take a step around the tree. Dusty, you can have Violet make an attack of opportunity if you like. As he quickly, realizing he now has backup, is going to step around the tree, bringing the rifle up and around.
No, that didn't roll the actual attack roll.
Okay, an 8 misses. As she kind of chomps at him, he stomps the ankle of his boot into her mouth just enough that she can't clamp down on it hard, and he steps around the tree, relevels the rifle at you, Dusty, and is going to fire. That is a 24 to hit. You take 15 points of piercing damage as he steps around the tree, levels his gun, fires just with this blank look of determination on his face, and you feel the bullet just hit you in the shoulder, tear through your armor and into the flesh below. You feel the burning of hot lead inside your shoulder blade as you take 15 points of piercing damage from that shot. That will be okay. He will also, using his bonus action, affix his bayonet. So you watch as after he fires his shot, he does not move to reload his rifle. He puts it down on the ground, draws a blade from his belt, and just pops it onto the end of the musket and makes sure it's fit firmly in place. And then he holds it back in and kind of levels the point towards you, and you get the impression that he is done trying to reload every other turn. Next up, Vikarl, you're up. You see all of this unfolding around you. There are gunshots just ringing out through the forest on all sides, plumes of smoke. You have no idea where Xechas is whatsoever. It's just you and this lady who is currently stabbing you. What are you doing?
I buck up again and come down with another hard crack, this time on her shoulder. Just...
Go ahead and describe to me what it looks like as you finish this woman off.
As he guts up and he bucks down on the shoulder, it stops hard, and he's just standing on her shoulder, and then the other other hook.
No, please. And she just crumples underneath as you do so. God damn!
What was the dice
God
on
damn!
that?
She just that was insane. 33 damage.
4d8.
You rolled so good.
7 and a 6.
Oh my god. She just crumples under the weight. You hear the crunching of bone and this one last scream of agony until she reaches about the halfway point, and you gather you've compressed her vital organs to the point that there's no one left alive in there. She's just done. Right to the ground. Anything else, you murderous bastard? God damn. God damn.
I think that started it.
He's just gonna go ahead and start moving towards here. So I make a good a galloping walk that starts up into a run as I start heading towards this direction here, where I want to start finding other people. I don't think I can. Can I see that person I'm heading towards?
Which one?
This one.
This guy? Yeah. Yes, you can. He has, from where you are, he has no cover from you at all. He's just plain visible, but he is kneeled behind some rocks, kind of already has his weapon leveled towards you and is very intent on shooting next turn, it seems. You do also see this guy who just shot at you as well, frantically trying to reload. Roll me a perception check real quick. Just for me. This one's a free one.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
I was going to say with advantage because it's based on smell, but doesn't matter. As you kind of pass along that tree, a few feet to your right, you catch the scent of a very familiar smell that is a little bit of somewhat old flesh, not rotting per se, but somewhat old flesh mixed with like mechanical oil and leather armor, and you very much get the sense that Xechas is standing a few feet to your right.
I like that. I like that a lot. As I'm I start galloping, catch that, and I just kind of give him a wide berth a little bit, just. And I can't make it all the way there with what I got, but I'm gonna just kind of start the gallop.
His eyes go wide as he sees you crush the person who seems to have been, or at least one of the people who seem to be leading this brigade, and there's a brief flash of potentially fear. You're not sure. That being your turn, who's up next? that dead guy? That is dead guy. He's not in the initiative order. He's dead. Dusty, you're up. You see the soldier in front of you affix the bayonet onto his musket. Thanks, babe, for the advantage. I love you. Mwah. Glad you had a good trip. I'm excited to hang out after this. We're almost done. Hopefully. Unless someone dies.
In Draconic, Dusty hollers out to Violet, "All right, like we practiced, same energy as before, but from yourself." As she's gonna circle over to here, and that purple light is gonna start glowing, almost like she's about to sneeze and real balled up.
Rear back, she's like...
And in a 15-foot cone in front of her.
And Violet lets out what can only be described as the mix between a sneeze and a roar. It's like as this cone of force emanates from this small beam, this small bead of purplish light that appears in her mouth, and then you watch as all of the snow, branches, debris, everything in a 15-foot cone is just disappears into a pile of snow. What did they have to roll?
Strength saving throw.
Okay, so I get a strength save with advantage from her because my girlfriend is awesome. Thanks, baby. I love you. Strength, advantage. Fail on both counts, and the rifleman, who I believe is also in it, also fails. So they are both knocked prone, I believe, or is it blown 10 feet away?
Their speed becomes 0.
Okay. As you watch this
21 oh my force damage.
Okay, he took one bite from Violet, so he's okay, but he's not looking great. The other woman's still pretty much alright, but damn. Okay, so 21. He's not looking great. After the one attack from Violet, and now this force breath, you watch as the snow kind of begins to drift back down. He's leaning against the tree with his rifle kind of propped up in the snow, holding himself up, recovering from that blast. And he just looks, and he's like on one knee, and it looks like he's not even able to get to his feet. You see his eyes are watering. He's trying to just regain focus. The assassin seems a little less bothered by it, although some of the clothing has torn. The mask over her face has been kind of partially moved, revealing some pale skin underneath compared to like the face painted part where she had blacked out her eyes. Very similar to like Batman makeup almost. And you can see just a little bit of skin peeking out from under the mask, and she looks at you with mad eyes. Damn.
And then Dusty's gonna, real quick, as he watches dude put the bayonet on, Dusty just gets right next to him.
And he ain't moving this turn now anyway. He's like...
Points the musket at him and says, "It ain't helping you." And I'm gonna try to fire on him.
Okay. Go ahead. With your musket at point blank range. I love it.
23 to hit.
Okay. Roll your... I'm gonna say roll your damage. It probably ain't gonna matter much. How you doing, Avarian? Welcome in.
It's lower damage.
Okay. As you kind of step up close, almost moving in an instant, faster than he can almost pick up, he attack, Vite Carl. You have a DM inspiration and disadvantage from Avarian. So you get disadvantage and then maybe have to re-roll it with the DM's inspo. So as you level your musket against him, he, as you're pulling the trigger, just barely manages to whip his rifle butt to the side and knock your gun just barely out of the way. You do still hit him, but it's more of a glancing blow, so he is okay. As the bullet kind of tears through the coat in the shoulder, you see a spurt of blood against the tree behind him in the snow at his feet, but he is still alive.
As he does that, Dusty knocks the gun, and then Dusty just, as his gun's moving, puts the next round, gets everything ready, and just points it right back at where he moved to.
As he knocks the gun out of your way, you hear a sigh of relief, and then as he looks up, realizing he has not saved himself, you level your gun point blank into his face, pull the trigger, roll with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't
Guys,
matter.
thinking, how many guns does this cat have?
Oh, that was 3 times. Oh dear God. It's just rolling.
It's the 24. Roll your damage. Okay.
11.
This time, as he first knocks your gun out of the way, your first shot goes slightly askew. The second one, as he looks up and sees just down the barrel of your musket, you pull the trigger, and he is just blown back against the tree and collapses to the ground in a pile of a bloody mess. And that'll be it for this
Last
guy.
of my movement, I'll just move up to here.
You
close to
do,
Lady.
as he falls, you see the musket or the rifle that he has just fall in the snow next to him at your feet. Anything else you'd like to do?
I just move to the other side of him.
Okay.
And as I'm reloading the next one, just numbers are getting thin.
Xechas, you're up.
I see all of that bloody fantasticness go down. I see this dude ready to do his thing. I'm just gonna walk up, and just without saying anything, I'm just gonna stab him with the Yokowa.
Okay. Roll me an attack with advantage. As you just slowly make your way around the tree, he's frantically just finishing reloading his weapon. Actually, he's just started reloading his weapon. He hasn't even had his next turn yet. He's frantically trying to reload before things go completely askew. Oof.
Oh, I miss.
You suck. He's just frantically trying to reload. You step out, and as you're stepping, you step on like an exposed root of the tree that has just a collection of snow and ice on it, and you feel your foot slip out, and you stab forward. Your invisibility breaks as you take your attack action, and you are down in the snow, not prone, but like at a weird, uncomfortable angle, stabbing up at this man. He just has the split second to get out of the way as you fall in the snow, and he, eyes wide now, is just readying his rifle to at least try to fight back against you. Anything else?
I'm gonna try again.
Yes, multi-attack. There is a moment where he is quite surprised. So I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna roll a d20. If it's below a 10, you get advantage. Because no, it's not. Okay. So he is surprised, but he is a hardened soldier. He is ready for he's in battle mode, so you do not have advantage. An 18 will hit though, as you step aside and just stab forward. Go ahead, roll your damage. Okay. You kind of catch him at the like top of his legs, a few inches above the knee. The Ikawa stabs in, pierces through flesh, and you feel the tip hit bone, which is really the only thing that stops you from cutting any deeper. As you pull the weapon out, there's a smear of blood that just begins to run down the white cotton trousers he's wearing. You manage to get a little hit on him, a small mosquito bite of a hit. He appears very much ready to fight you in melee at this point. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Yes. Out of my pocket pops the head of a little robot mechanical dude. Now he can cast spells that have a range of touch. Can he cast spells that have a self?
Technically, but you have to command him to do that using your action, do you not?
Oh, it's an action. Okay.
I believe so.
He can still... let's see.
I will look up the rules on Homunculus Servant.
It shares my initiative count, but takes its turn after me. It can move and use its action. The only action it takes is a dodge, unless I take a bonus action on my turn to command it to take another action.
Okay. There you go.
Which I still have.
Yep. So you can command him to attack or cast a spell? Does he have spells?
He can cast my spells that have a range of touch.
Okay. My thing is, can he cast a spell that takes an action to cast if you've already used your action? That's my only...
Oh, it's a reaction. Okay, I see. Yeah, I have to put it in there for you.
Salmodaris inspired technological helper trait. Delivers a spell. You cast. You have to cast the spell. You are the caster. He just channels it through him the same way a familiar would. So it would be your action to cast it. You can use your bonus action to have him. I'm pretty sure they have like a force rend or some shit.
Yes, I'm gonna have him.
He can
pop out
force
and
strike
do
for a
force strike.
D4
Yes.
plus your PB. That's hilarious. Okay, so he's
So I'll
gonna
have
pop.
him do that.
He just pops in your pocket like, "Hi."
It looks like my lightning launcher, but it's a force attack instead
This
of
tiny
lightning.
little thing pops up and then that's huge launch. 13 to hit. 1 second. You gotta exit a bunch of shit. 13 will not do it. The padded leather armor that they're wearing under their coats is enough to absorb it. You do see him kind of go like as the wind is temporarily knocked out of him, but he does retain himself and does not take any damage from the strike, unfortunately. That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty awesome. I love that.
And he's gonna pop back into the pocket.
All right, back in. That'll be it for you?
Yep.
Okay. Next up is this lady, who is currently between a dragon and a pissed off cat. So she is going to look over at you, Dusty. I have advantage from Kayla. Thank you, babe. Where normally she would have a disadvantage because she's casting a ranged spell with someone in 5 feet. It's just going to be a straight roll as she leans over. As she's kind of engaging with Violet with her left hand, the sword there, she looks over at you, casts a small bead of colorful rainbow light that eventually expands out, and she's going to cast Chromatic Orb on you.
Wasn't the advantage used on the strength save?
That is true, it was. So it would be a 21, and then a 6. So the 6 would
Thank
miss.
God.
As she steps out and fires her spell. Unfortunately, it does not work. However, her unstable mark does take effect. So everyone within 10
Hey,
feet,
fuck.
which is you and Violet, need to make me a Constitution saving throw. As she casts the spell again, you see this kind of growing of energy around her and just spreads out an entire wave. Okay, a 12 makes it for you. What about for her? Even better. Oh my god. You take half damage. So round it up for 3. You each take 3 points of force damage as you have to brace yourselves against this kind of outpouring of energy that happens anytime these people seem to cast a spell.
Perfect.
That will be... You're going to risk the attack of opportunity from Violet to get up close with you. And get right up
Come
into
on,
your
girl,
face.
now's the time.
And that was just one spell, so she can still do
Okay.
her attack.
Well.
Oh.
Well,
Okay, that's not going to hit. And she's going to take 1 short sword against you.
Hits.
19 to hit. You take 7 piercing and 5 points of poison. As she casts the spell and quickly moves out, and in the same flash strikes her sword out against you. You feel it cut through the kind of main part of your torso, kind of right under the ribs. It looks like she was going up and under for the heart, but isn't able to do so. You do take a sizable amount of damage from it. And she looks up at you. And just like kind of leaning under the hood and through the mask, eyes close. You have angered some very serious people, my friend. And pulls the sword out. Next up in the order is this dude who is not even going to use his action to reload. He's not even going to finish using his action to reload. He just bonus action affixes his bayonet and then is going to engage with you in melee combat because he's far more likely to survive that. So first, he's going to try to rifle butt you for an 11. That's going to miss you. You just, as he slams the butt of the rifle towards you, parry it out of the way with your short spear, and then he is going to... Where's the bayonet? Oh, I didn't actually make...
I have a shield too.
I didn't actually make an action for his bayonet, so I'm just going to use this short sword because it's functionally the same.
Same, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that is a 21 to hit. You take 6 points of piercing. As he goes around with the rifle butt, you knock it out of the way, but in doing so, he's able to quickly turn the front back around and stab it towards you, and it gets through the jacket and through your armor into your torso. That...
May I use my reaction?
For what?
My repulsion shield.
Is it a reaction to use it?
It is indeed.
And then 100% you can.
Yes, so... I get hit. After trying to block with my shield, he gets past it. But out of the shield, a big fucking pulse of energy comes out, and he is pushed 15 feet backwards.
No save or anything?
No, it just happens.
That's insane. Love that. Okay.
Mhm.
He's pushed 15 feet back. As you do take the hit, he stabs under the shield, and as you level the shield again, he's blown back. As he does so, the weapon is pulled out of your torso, and he moves back 15 feet. That will be
I
it.
can't link it. There's no link for that.
I can just look at your sheet.
Yeah, it's under infusions.
Inventory. Where are your
Oh,
infusions?
here we go.
There you go. Nice. Oh, it has charges. 4 per dawn. Nice. So you've used
1d4
You've used one charge.
at dawn.
Did you roll
It
how
has
many
a
charges
counter.
it has? Oh, okay. Beautiful.
It has a counter.
That's sick. I love
Right.
artificers, man. So as he's pushed back, super far, the most terrifying creature you do not want to deal with in any campaign. False Hydra is a good one. Tarask, also a good one. I also don't fuck with Mind Flayers or Intellect Devourers. Just don't. I just don't. Okay. Next up, now that he is out of range of you and not at risk of attacks of opportunity, he's going to use his 30 feet of movement to dip out this way around the tree and then back this way around the tree. As he just quickly scatters around away from you and still has his rifle with the bayonet affixed, not even bothering to reload. Next up, the other
I can
company
still
man.
kind of see him, right?
Yeah, I'd say from where you are, he'd be half cover because you have this tree in between you with its stalk or its base. But move one direction either way, and that goes away. Next up in the order is the guy who is aiming at Vykarl. He levels his rifle, presses it against his shoulder, takes his look down the sights, and he's going to fire at you, Vykarl. Scoot. That's a 12. Does that hit you in elk form?
That does not.
Okay, shit. As he levels the rifle, fires, you see the poof of smoke, the crack from the weapon, and you feel just as something glances completely off your front leg shoulder, and your front shoulder, and just kind of flakes off into the snow, and he is not able to do anything. He is going to also, I'm going to put a little reload thing, I need a little marker for that. He is also not going to spend his time reloading. He just uses his bonus action immediately to fix the bayonet onto his weapon for his next turn. And then using his movement, he is going to go 15 feet that way. And then just behind that and create a little bit of like a physical barrier just in between two. You can still see him standing above it. He's partially covered by like the bush and the stump and the rock there, but you can basically see everything from like his belly button up. That will be his turn. The assassin is dead. I can take her out of the order. I think this dude is dead. I can take him out of the order. Vykarl, you're up. You see the battle unfolding around you, and things appear to be going in your direction at this point. And the only question in your head would be, why are these people attacking us? What are you doing?
Yeah, that would cross my mind a couple of times, actually. But, better to shoot first, ask questions later. And I'm going to go ahead and rush this summer gun. 45 feet of movement right up into him. And I'm going to go ahead and ram him. Come on, please.
I would say with those rocks there, that would be considered difficult terrain. Like, he put that in between you, so you would have to kind of climb over it. So you would probably have... Where were you before? If I may?
I was right there. And
if you go around, you still can actually make it to him. So never mind. Don't even worry about it. Don't even stress it.
God love.
You're good.
I kind of like.
I thought he was out of range.
As soon as
I was
I'm
right.
like, I just kind of like skirt a little bit, like I'm playing Mario Kart, and then just right towards him. But
he has his musket ready for you.
Go, Vykarl. Oh damn it! I was like, I had an advantage. No, I have disadvantage.
Oh, you do have disadvantage.
I'll use that now. Why not?
Yeah, if you get a nat one.
Oh,
nope.
yeah,
if you get a
right.
nat one, something bad can happen.
Hold up.
We don't do like serious critical
Oh.
failures on skill checks, but nat ones in
Well.
combat usually end up with something bad happening.
There we
A
go, there we go.
19. Okay, so with the 8, your first attack with the disadvantage, it does miss. As you're kind of trying to like weave around the rocks and stump that he's interposed between you two, you lose a little bit of your momentum and you're just not able to get the speed you need to really hit him with it. And he manages to take his rifle and kind of butt it against your antlers and like hold his ground a little bit. I would say you guys would probably collectively between the two of you just move 5 feet as he's like steadying himself in the snow and getting pushed back ever so slightly, but you do not manage to damage him.
And as that's happening, that skrrr moment, there's that same like kicking up of glowing petals, flowers, leaves that seem to just come out of nowhere. As I bonus action heal myself, and that'll be me.
Okay. Next up,
What?
Dusty. You are currently just engaged with the one leader, the person who seems to be in charge of this group, or at least one of them. What are you doing? You're muted.
My bad. I'm gonna have Violet move up, but I'm not gonna command her to attack. As I use my bonus action instead, I need to roll something. It hasn't really mattered, but just for posterity's sake, that's a success on the first con save, success on the second. Okay, so Hunter's Mark is still concentrated.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
I haven't actually did anything with it since the first guy.
Nope.
But now, my bonus action, he's gonna say hunt again, as the mark's gonna train itself on her.
Okay.
And then he's gonna let the musket fall, catch on the little sling he has, and he's gonna draw the rapier out.
Oh, it's getting personal.
And I think he's gonna try. He's not trying to be lethal. He's trying to knock her out. as
Okay,
he
we're going
attacks
for
with this
non-lethal
weapon.
attacks. Okay, go for it. She's already taken a sizable hit from the breath weapon. Don't forget to roll a d6 to see if that recharges for Violet, by the way.
True. 23.
One stealth checks plus 2 to dex. Would amount to the same. Really?
For Violet.
I might pick Dex because it's a little
Oh,
more
that's
usable.
not
on
it.
Yeah, if
That's
you
not
upgrade
it at
dex
all.
by 2 points, you'll get a plus
just
1
roll a
bonus
d6
guaranteed from whatever that is. So you'll get your plus 1 to stealth anyway.
No. Does not recharge.
Does not recharge. Okay, good.
23.
23
on the rapier.
hits. She has her sword out. She's ready to do battle with you. She's kind of kicking Violet back at keeping her at bay with one leg while she's fighting you with the other. Ting, ting, ting. And eventually work your way past her guard, step forward with a lunge, and just feel the blade pierce into flesh. Roll your damage.
As he goes up, he's gonna say strike in Draconic again as a purple flash happens from the hilt of the rapier.
Okay, depending on how much
So we're
damage
gonna
you do.
roll. That is 11 plus 2d6. 20.
So as you step by, you glance your blade off her sword, finding an opening, step forward, and as you do, you realize you are aimed directly for her heart, and this is in fact a kill shot. So acting with just the last minute, you twist the blade around and just with the butt of the rapier, the big heavy metal basket, just catch her right underneath the jaw with it, and you watch as her hands kind of droop to the side, her eyes just roll back, and she collapses back into the snow. That would have been a killing blow had you wanted to mortally wound her. She's just
Fair
unconscious in the snow. That was really the dragon breath mixed with that all together is more than enough. Okay. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I think he just starts moving in this direction. So he's gonna take his 30 feet. Get over here.
Okay. You do see this one guy frantically fixing his,
Oh,
like
hold
making
on.
sure his bayonet's fixed on right. Yep.
20 feet because he drew the rapier for 10
True.
feet.
True. Any movement from Violet? She only used 10 feet.
She's just gonna stand there for now.
Okay, Xechas, you're up. You see this guy just bayonet on, ready to charge back at you. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna stand there and chuckle that he gave me the distance I needed, and I'm just gonna pull my wand of magic missiles out of my bag and put the Ickle Ball back in, and I'm gonna cast it at the 3rd level. At this guy.
Go ahead and just roll your damage. There's
Okay.
no
It's gonna
dodging
make
it.
me
There's
roll.
no aiming it. Yeah, there's a base number of
So-
dice, and then you're upcasting it by 2 levels, or whatever, 1 level.
So 13 plus 4, so 17.
Okay. Go ahead and describe how you finish that guy off.
So I see him just getting ready to bayonet back at us, and I just chuckle and aim the wand right at the tree, and the missiles go right at the tree, and then they separate around it, come back in, and like he's getting shot by a
The
fucking
missiles
Tommy gun.
fly around the trees. It's getting blown to pieces. One of the missiles, however, decides it really wants to make a beeline for him, and it crashes into the tree, and you watch as the tree just and collapses on top of the dude
Timber!
who has just been torn apart by magic missiles, and then a tree just crushed alive by this tree. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Somewhere in the world,
I don't-
Olga is chuckling.
One less body to worry about.
Ain't that the truth? There's one dude left alive currently fighting Bite Carl.
Yeah. If I use an item to cast a spell, can I then cast my own spell as a
No,
bonus action?
it's an
that's
action
also
to-
leveled? No, okay.
Yeah, it's an action to use the spell.
No, that will be me then.
Okay. Next up is Assassin Lady. She unconscious. This guy's dead. Vikarl, this guy is just fighting you with a bayonet. He is going to attempt to rifle butt you. 22. Take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. I need a Constitution saving throw, please. As you feel this, the butt end of a wooden rifle with kind of a brass cap on the end of the buttstock just connect with the side of your head. You do not suffer any penalties from it, luckily, but it does kind of give you quite the ring in your head. Like, you just kind of have to refocus, and before you have the chance to do that, he's going to butt you and then raise the rifle back up and stab down at you with the bayonet that he's had affixed to it. For 21, you take 7 points of piercing damage now as he levels the bayonet and stabs it in right above your left shoulder, sinking it as deep as he can and forcing it, and then just pulling it out and kind of readying himself for the next round. He actually, you know what? He's gonna bolt for it. Nice. He's gonna bolt. So go ahead, if you want to do an attack of opportunity, be my guest. Unless it's is it a reaction to do Stone's Endurance?
Oh, yep, yeah, it is.
Okay, so no reaction. As he stabs and he watches you flex and the wound just like doesn't go as deep as he thought. He's like, fuck this. And he's gonna turn and just break for it with the weapon still in his hands, and he's gonna make a 30-foot break towards what looks like the cliff. He's kind of going in like a curving motion down towards the cliff. Vicar, what are you doing?
There's a moment where I look like a jacked reindeer, where I'm just standing there just, and then I see him running just, I'm gonna start running after him, and as soon as I make contact with him, I bring my giant head down and, 21.
That's gonna hit for 13 damage. That's good. So as you lower your head, he's running back to you, doesn't even notice. You lower your head, you charge towards him, your antlers held out. You lower your head, and as you feel yourself getting close, you see just the back of his feet in your vision. You buck your head up and feel someone get picked up on your antlers, and we'll say you just keep running him right to the edge of the cliff, and as he's held there, you just buck him off, and he and just falls.
I'm just standing there, just like a bucking bronco horse. Just looking down.
Yeah.
He's over here now. So are you. You just ran him right to the cliffs. That's easily the best way to do that, I think.
And I'm just standing on the cliffside, just looking.
Majestic in this cold winter storm, this elk, as the snow blows around you, little bits of blood and a little bit of flesh kind of hanging from one of your antlers.
I shit a little bit.
You shit a little bit majestically as you all look at the woman unconscious now, her mask half covering her face, bloody wounds all over her body, just unconscious in the snow. You all stand, the wind whistling around all of you having taken fairly grievous wounds during the course of this battle, at least at the start of it. And as you stand there bleeding in the snow, you are left with the question: who of all of the people you have pissed off over the course of your time here could have sent these people to come and kill you? And as you ponder that question, that is where we will end the session for today. Next week, we will not be back with these guys. We're going to be fucking doing other shit. Everyone make sure to tune in. I'm so excited. Everyone should make sure to tune in next week. We're going to be doing our Saving Stanislav one-shot. We're going to be revisiting our characters from the old campaign, taking a little trip under the sea to maybe save him, or at very least recover a body and give him a proper funeral. I can't wait. I can't fucking wait, guys. So excited. So, in the meantime, y'all, we're going to find someone to raid out to, and I'm going to open up the floor to my lovely friends down there to let you know what they got going on. So, starting with Ryan, what you got going on in the little purple house on the hill, my friend?
Oh, babies, this coming Thursday, we're watching movies, and then all the week after that, it's something every single day. We got costumes, we got all kinds of crazy shit. It's going to be grand. I can't wait. Bring candy. That's the only thing.
Bring candy,
yeah,
guys. Seriously.
For that week, you're not allowed in the purple house unless you give me a bonbon of some kind.
That is valid. We're going to read Tark, by the way. That seems like an easy
Pay
choice.
the homosexual.
Pay him. Pay the homo. Pay him. Actually, leave us on a cliffhanger. He wasn't hanging from the cliff. He was falling from it. There's a difference. Dusty, JTV, what do you got to share with the people? Any words of wisdom? Any words of encouragement in these trying times?
Good internet soon-ish. It would be a month or so. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll have to see how things shake out. But, hopefully. Other than that, just be fucking good people. Also, there you go.
Awesome. And finally, last but not least, Chris, any words for the people? Any words of wisdom?
Just always remember, if you're feeling down, I'll be there to feel you up.
There you go, folks. Everyone needs a little bit of an uplift here and there. With all that being said, you lovely, beautiful folks, if you haven't already, swing into the Discord, hang out. We do fun stuff. We do activities. We watch movies and shit. If you want to catch up on all the D&D, you can find all of our videos right there on the YouTube, uploaded the Friday after our streams. If you're interested on catching up on all of the wonderful, wonderful lore for our D&D world, please do swing by our Scabbard site where all of the lore is updated as the players discover it. So you guys get to learn about shit as they do. It's very exciting. It's super fun. Also, we got merch. Check out the merch link. I gotta just do one for all these merch. Goddamn. We got cool shit. We got stickers. We got cups. We got hats. We got hoodies. We got crop tops. I gotta get one for Ryan so I can see that sexy tummy. Other than that, y'all, be good to each other. If you got the raid emotes, feel free to drop them. I'm gonna use Ryan's. I like the one Ryan made, but use whichever one the fuck you want. I don't care. In the meantime, y'all be good to each other. Y'all know the thing. I have been Rusty. These have been my friends. And you all have been awesome. We will see you next time. I am gonna come straight up. Bye. Hey everybody, I'm Rusty Tonics. Thank you again for coming by the stream or checking this video out on YouTube. It means a lot to us over here at the Apothecary, and it's always a pleasure to share our D&D games with all of you. If you're interested in catching them live, you can see us every Monday at 6 o'clock Eastern on Twitch, or every Friday after the stream comes out on YouTube on demand. Feel free to check it out, drop a follow, drop the subscription, or whatever you want to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified whenever our videos are coming out. And yeah, I hope you all have a good day. Keep being good to each other, and I'll see you next time.